legal trouble mounts for Raja Singh. Prevention Detention Act charge has been applied against him. And remember, 3 cases in 6 months have been registered against Raja Singh. In fact, the Congress party had demanded that Raja Singh be booked under Preventive Detention Act for making provocative comments that had the potential to cause law and order problems and for hurting religious sentiments. Now we're being told that the Prevention Detention Act has been applied, so clearly trouble mounting there for Raja Singh. He, right after his release on bail, released another video and issued fresh threats. Also put the onus on Owaisi, KTR and KCR for the unrest. Let's go across Somit now. Somit, stringent action being taken against Raja Singh, who has been suspended from the BJP because of his provocative comments. He, in that particular new video that he released, also claimed that attempts were being made to frame him in old cases as well.
Well, I think it's very shocking that actually we are right now standing at the Gandhi Hospital. This is the building actually where Raja Singh was brought here for the medical examination, and after the medical examination he was just taken out, and it is expected that he will be taken to the Chanchalguda prison, central prison, and it is we are the first times now is the first to break that he might be booked under Preventive Detention Act, and now we have got the police press release where it is being clearly stated that PD Act has been invoked against Raja Singh, and very disturbing language was used, and also after they are stating that he has made derogatory statements, and after disturbing language against one religion, one community, they have taken this decision. And now normally it is very it is very shocking that for the first time we are hearing any legislator or any top leader is booked under Preventive Detention Act. Normally big rowdy sheeters or big criminals who are having big history sheets, like who are involved in serious offences and severe crimes, and like rapes, murders and attempt to murders, and also other offences, big offences, thieves, robberies, they will be invoked, and police normally invoke PD Act on them. And now here a legislator being invoked under PD Act. Normally after PD Act is invoked, the criminals, the accused, will be in the prison for 6 months to 1 year. Normally double PD Act lasts for 2 years, and here this PD Act lasts for 6 months to 1 year, and he has to approach the High Court for the bail. Even earlier Supreme Court I've noticed that even if we give the bail, Hyderabad police, the Telangana police invoke PD Act against them. This is what happened. 14th ACMM court has clearly said that no remand should be done in this case. So what police did is, earlier there were 2 cases registered against Raja Singh, one in Mangalghat and one in other police station, Chainatganj police station, and they both they didn't act all these months. Now all of a sudden they have acted, they have issued notices to the Raja Singh under 41A CRPC, and immediately after that, along with the task force, the police gathered at this residence, they took him into the custody, they brought him to the Gandhi Hospital, and after that, they are right now proceeding towards the Chanchalguda prison. So as of now, it is very much clear that he was booked under PD Act, and police have clearly stated, and the police also stated that he is the rowdy sheeter. Raja Singh, MLA Raja Singh, is the rowdy sheeter from the Mangalghat police station, and rowdy sheeter of Mangalghat police station has been detained under Act number 1 of 1986. 25th 8 2022, that is PD Act, as per the orders of the Commissioner of Police, Hyderabad City. And they have stated that for making derogatory statements against Prophet Muhammad, and these all things were involved in this matter.
Right. So let's stay on with this. Let's in fact go across to Madhav for more on this. So PD Act against the suspended BJP leader.
Well, yes, I just want to read out the last line first, because it says that Mangalghat police has executed the PD order on him on 25/8/2022, and he's being lodged in the central prison, Cherlapalli, Hyderabad. He says the records disclose that out of the 101 criminal cases registered against him since 2004, he was involved in 18 communal offences on different police stations of Hyderabad City Police Commissionerate, apart from several other cases. And by his blasphemous utterances, the proposed detainee has been continuously creating hatred and ill will between major communities, resulting in the widespread unrest amongst the people in the limits of Hyderabad City Police Commissionerate and in other parts of Telangana state, thereby adversely affecting the maintenance of public order. He's been continuously causing widespread fear, unrest and panic amongst the general public for a long period of time by committing such offences and acting in a manner prejudicial to the maintenance of public order, apart from disturbing the peace, tranquility and communal harmony in society. Sensing danger to the life and properties in the hands of protesters, people had gotten panicky and closed their shops. Now they are referring to another incident that took place in establishments. The entire population of the city and state went into grip of fear and shock by this activity. He's also talked about the statements given between communities and disturbing the peaceful nature of Hyderabad and Telangana state. Now this is a press note for the first page of which registers or talks about the activities of T. Raja Singh. That was of course the conclusion, but this is what they have said, that he is of course about age 50 years, T. Raja Singh Lodh, caste Lodha, BC member of Legislative Assembly, so-and-so address, and goes on to say the rowdy sheeter of Mangalhat Police Station has been detained under Act number 1, 1986 in 8/5/2022, i.e. the PD Act, as per the orders of the Commissioner of Police. So they've called him a rowdy sheeter. This is a term that is used for heinous criminals, as Swamit was saying. Now this legislator has been termed a rowdy sheeter by the police over here. You can very clearly see this is the press note that has been put out by the police there in Hyderabad, and this is of course a rowdy sheeter of Mangalhat Police Station, West Zone, Hyderabad, that he's being referred to over here. They also go on to say the detainee T. Raja Singh Lodh has been habitually delivering provocative and inflammatory speeches and driving a wedge between communities, leading to public disorder. The proposed detainee had posted online an offensive video on 22nd August on Sri Ram channel Telangana with the title Farooqi Ke Aka Itihas Suniye on YouTube with URL so-and-so against the Prophet Muhammad, who is venerated by the Muslim community, with an intention to provoke all sections of people and thereby cause breach of peace and public tranquility. The proposed detainee commented very blasphemously against Prophet Muhammad and his lifestyle. The electronic media representatives assembled at his residence while he was taken into custody on 23/8/2022, and he once again reiterated that the police are making efforts for removal of his speech from YouTube, but that will not deter him from posting his further speeches and videos on this issue. Shortly, he will be posting further speeches on YouTube. Any venomous hate speech has the potential of provoking individuals to commit acts of riot, indiscriminate violence, terrorism, etc. Offensive speech has real and devastating effects on people's lives and risks their health and safety, and severely affects fraternity, dignity of individuals, unity and national integration, and also offends the fundamental rights guaranteed under Articles 1921 of the Constitution. When the video went viral, protests erupted in different parts of Hyderabad city and other parts of Telangana state and drove a wedge between communities, is what the police is saying. But will this yardstick or this parameter also be used against those individuals from other communities who've made controversial statements and have been caught on camera, who've actually made extremely provocative and violent slogans while on the streets? They've actually been chanting them. There have been instances where even children have been seen chanting these slogans. So clearly, of course, whether those individuals and their attempts or their acts, whether that would be spreading hatred amongst communities, is also a question that the police don't seem to be considering at this point of time, given the fact that it is Raja Singh who has been arrested for the second time within 48 hours. However, the individuals who have made those controversial comments from other communities, including those who belong to various political parties, have yet not been even detained. That's a question that many are asking, have not been arrested and formally produced before a court of law. In any case, they may have been detained in several places but have not formally been arrested the manner in which Raja Singh has. So that is leading to several questions and a huge political fight taking place in Hyderabad on that basis. Is it just to prove a political point that Raja Singh is being arrested, is a question that many are posing at this point of time. But the reasons for that arrest being given by the Hyderabad police, saying that he is a habitual offender. They've termed him as a rowdy sheeter, something that's used for people who commit heinous crimes, and in this case saying that his speeches had the potential to create a lot of public disorder, and that's why they've taken this action against Raja Singh. Back to you.
Absolutely. Preventive detention takes place on the ground that there's a suspicion that the individual will do something wrong, and to prevent that individual from committing such a crime, that person is kept in preventive detention. But then there are individuals roaming free who have been given a free run, who already have chanted hate slogans, and the Hyderabad police seems to be acting very selectively. Those are the allegations against the police. Madhav.
Absolutely, that's the allegation. Certainly, it's a political charge coming in, but the fact is that not one, not two, but at least 4 to 5 individuals who are associated at various levels of different political parties, whether it is the AIMIM, whether it is the Congress party, we have seen those leaders come out and make those extremely controversial and violent slogans and chant them on camera, are defending their position publicly on various channels. And in such a situation where AIMIM chief Vasudin Owaisi yesterday had assured action against his own party's leaders who in fact commit such utterances, in terms of actual action, what we saw was a revelation today where there was a conversation on the phone that was recorded on video, where one of those who has allegedly been involved in such kind of acts is being consoled, is being comforted by Asaduddin Owaisi, and clearly, of course, he is seen at some level supporting them. So this really shows the hypocrisy that exists as far as members of parliament, leaders such as Asaduddin Owaisi, at least at the level of his own party, leave alone what the administration is doing. Will Mr. Owaisi now take stern action against those who've been caught on camera chanting those hate slogans of Sartan Se Juda? That would be the first start. For the administration and the police, certainly the big question is when they are going to start arresting those individuals as well who are also creating such a provocative or a communal atmosphere with the chanting of these slogans. Because the law has to apply uniformly to all citizens of India. The constitution ensures that if there is one person who is perhaps rightly so, Mr. Raja Singh has been detained, why would that yardstick not be used against other political leaders who are also violating the law of the land? Are there two standards being imposed over here? These are certainly some very important questions that are being asked while the events unfold there in Hyderabad.
Right. Quite contrary to what should have been done, a free run has been given to those who were caught on camera. AIMIM netas chanting those slogans.